Hey everybody, I hope you're doing great. I'm taking an adventure into the energy world today. So I'm going to have my eyes closed. I'm going to be listening to the energies of our collective in order to share the most meaningful wisdom and healing, most meaningful perspective I can offer. Thank you so much for participating in this experience with me. I'm going to chill out, close my eyes, and we're going to see where this takes us, okay? Okay. So right now, just getting in the zone here. And I'm moving my consciousness out into the universe. Wow. I didn't expect this to feel as heavy as it is right now. The reason I say that is because I feel something of a brand new day. The sun is rising. It feels brighter. It feels more breathable. I expected to see some collective shift in a positive direction. Obviously, difficult times are also moving us in a positive direction. So we got to always believe in that. We got to always feel that is divinely true. And so when I get connected to the universe and I start tapping into the collective energies, there is this sort of digestive density about it, okay? So it's harder to like run in really thick mud than perhaps just like run on a paved and open path. So this just feels like a lot of thickness that we're trying to trudge through here as best we can. Even seems to me like as quickly as we could possibly get through it, but we don't have that freedom on the path to just sprint or just kind of trudging along the path. Okay. So that's only the first thing that I'm experiencing. I still don't know how to make sense of it all. Why is it like this? I don't know yet. So that's the first thing that I'm experiencing. Okay. Okay, so in the scene, I'm taken to the experience of, I've got these boots on. These boots are made for walking, and they're really heavy boots. But my legs are strong enough I can carry these heavy boots, and these boots are protecting me from all this mud. And so I got all the right material, I got the right gear, and I have the strong legs, apparently, to walk this path, okay? And so if I've got what I need, then does it matter if the path is muddy? You know what I mean? So I feel like the first message here is it possible that you have what you need? And if you could acknowledge that you have everything that you need, it doesn't matter what the path looks like. You can handle it. You got your strong legs, you got your boots, they're made for walking, and they can walk through this mud, no doubt about it. Who cares if it's muddy? You got what you need. Okay, so that's the first message. That's really good. Okay. So then my guides say, okay, so we're working with some density. And Abbey, you were talking about, it felt like the sun was rising. Maybe there's some movement in the collective that feels more breathable, feels more in motion. I post this video about time standing still, and it's like the problem solvers, and it was like problem resistance,ers, but it's like problem solving resistance,ers. And they're like, it's like, I'm going to solve the problem. No, how dare you try to solve the problem? And we're like equally going to solve the problem and not solve the problem at the same time. Time standing still. And so now it's like vibrationally, it's like there seems to be this sun rising and this forward motion vibrational feeling about it, okay? And so what about that density we're talking about? What about that sense that, oh man, there's still work to do naturally? All right. So I got to ground level. I'm witnessing the mud. We have what it takes. We can conquer this path. Okay. I'm going to feel this out some more. Okay, this is the next thing. It's not so much about the density or the mud, the path, but it is this desire to want to see things differently. So, okay, great. I can handle the mud path, but could I please get maybe a different kind of path? This mud path is boring. I mean, how many more years of mud path? Come on, seriously. Like, let's switch it up a little bit. And so there's this sense that prayer or calling for change that is digestible, change that is a little bit more leisurely, easygoing, so I don't have to feel like I have to prepare in order to be able to tolerate and handle and no problem that mud path. But come on, can I please get some other kind of path? Maybe you could take off the boots for once. Let's see what the response is from the universe, okay? Okay. So again, it's not about the mud path. Seems like perception has something to do with this. The way that we perceive things as easygoing or complicated. I think it's pretty easy, though, to identify that as a complicated situation. Wow, that was pretty straightforward. And as we grow and we become stronger, we can handle more complicated situations where we could take a complicated situation and smooth that puppy right out. Whereas lack of experience is going to tumble a bit through more and more complicated situations. Hasn't developed the strength or the attitudes or the relationship with how to just smooth that situation out yet. So it seems like perspective is involved here. And this is really important. This is the next thing. Okay. This is the part where I don't know what are the right words to explain it. It's like, stop holding on to identifying it as a muddy path. Stop doing that. There's no more mud anymore. There's no muddy path. So let's say it's the same old story. It's the same old situation. Stop feeling bogged down or bummed out about that. Change your perspective. Take ownership of the same old situation and smile and dance in it. You're used to this one, or you got this one. You have what it takes with this one. You've been working through it for years. That's how you got those boots and those legs and what you needed, okay? And so stop calling it muddy anymore. It's not muddy. This is the easygoing path now. It's almost like get your perspective up to date here because you're still holding on to a situation that makes you feel grim and bogged down. It's the same old story, but it's not. The story's actually changed. So it's more of the cleaner, clear path that you've always wanted. You just have to take the quantum leap here in your head, in your perspective of things, and start taking ownership that things are better than you've been giving it credit for. That's the next message, okay? Things are better than you've been giving it credit for. So my idea of this is take a look at what's going on in your life and take a look at perhaps it's the same old story or perhaps it's really seriously complicated. But you know what? You have what you need to handle it. So don't hold on to how it is pulling you down or maybe under the tide and now it's this next suffocating situation. But it's actually not at all. Work with a different perspective on this. Easy breezy. I've got this thing. You know what? Yeah, it's something I've got to face. It's something I got to work through. But you know what? I've got what it takes. I have this taken care of. I've got this covered. Move forward with your life on that sense, on that feeling, that vibration, that skip in your step that things are better than they've ever been. No more mud, okay? So that's the next message. Okay. So here's what comes next. It's getting very quiet. Basically, there's no picture, there's no vibration, so it's becoming silent. There's nothing really for me to say right now. It's just I'm in a silent experience. So I'm just gonna wait. You know, this feels kind of strange. All right, we got there, okay? We went through this. We went from the universe down to the ground, through the mud with the strong legs and the boots, only to realize we need to change our perspective. We're done with this mud, okay? All right, now I'm in this no man's zone. Like there's no vibration, no thought. It's almost like we achieved the grand finale of our learning. We came to the point of complete embrace and acceptance. There's no more mud anymore. And now we're in this like silent zone, this like intermission zone. It's like the universe is shifting its wind so we can perceive the next guidance. The next guidance is actually kind of like a popcorn machine. The next guidance is, I don't know. I feel like a kid And when I was a kid, I had this, like, it was a ball that you could sit on, and it had this handle. It didn't work as well as every kid might dream it would. Like, you would just bounce maybe into the sky or something. But there's a lot more effort put into bouncing forward on this ball thing than you might have perceived. But I just feel like I'm being silly. I'm a kid. I have this like strange like ball toy, and I'm like bouncing on the sidewalk, and I just feel very carefree, and it makes me laugh. So on the other side of silence, there is this carefree sensation. So perhaps it's true. Perhaps there is something in the collective, like the wheel is turning and we're given some breath. There's like a lemon squeeze in the water. There's just a little bit of effervescence. I don't know, like a loveliness, like a little added twinkle. So inner child energy, playfulness. When we alter the perception that there is no mud, we go through the realm of silence only to open the doorway of our inner child and the twinkle or the sparkle of simple joys. That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. Do you guys see the journey we've taken here from the universe to the earth to like pathway forward? Man, life is full of so many changes all the time. Shifts of perception from one difficulty into the next innocent pleasure. It's so strange. So I basically am again standing before the universe, but I'm on the sidewalk still. Then I'm looking up at the sky and I see the sun, and the sun is going to be setting in the next few hours. And I'm just standing here and it's quiet. There's no cars, there's no real people around, but there's a sense of I'm at peace. I'm at peace with myself, you could say. There's a sense of being at peace with oneself. It's really nice. When you're at peace with yourself, you don't notice anything else around you. It doesn't matter if there's cars or traffic. It doesn't matter the lawnmower's going, the dogs are barking. None of that really is received. It's almost like the sound of your inner peace is louder than the sound of anything else around you. And that's when it's almost like when that happens, it's almost like you've reached a sense of alignment with what life is really all about. It's alignment with your nature, with joy, with the celebration of being human, with the story of life, the processes of life, the conquering of one's life story. You feel refreshed, you feel brand new, seizing the day, seizing life. It is so ridiculously cheerful. It feels like the best way for this whole message to have come full circle, It's coming full circle on this note. Naturally, I'm going to stick with it for just one more moment and see if I can squeeze out any more insight for all of us. A little more juice, a little more lemon juice for our water. Okay, let's see. Okay. Anything else the universe would like to share with all of us? Yeah, it's... Okay, this is an important final message. And this message has been coming up a lot. And it's a reminder of how we are in this whole experience together. And there's opportunities for us to work together. There's opportunities for us to receive from one another. There's opportunities for us to hear each other speaking and for us to appreciate each other for what we're bringing to the table. And here I am, I'm sitting down, I'm taking the time to want to share this adventure with all of you guys. And because I love what I do and I like looking into how the energies are shifting, and I like sharing some perspective that might be able to reach or help others on a spiritual level. Not everybody's into this sort of thing. But I can nurture those people who are into this sort of thing, And so I could be somebody that could be a part of somebody's life on the planet so that you would know there were other people out there like you. And other people that are interested in the same things that you're interested in. And there's goodness in this world, I try to aspire to be at the heart of who I am and to share something good and healing and helpful for humanity. And that's a good sign. So it's to remember that we are here to inspire the best in each other, and to just remember that we're not alone and that we are in this thing together. And even if the best difference that we could make is just a little something, it makes more of a domino effect than you know. And it's remembered, you know what I mean? Sometimes the little things are remembered. I've told you guys this story before, how I was really sad one day, and it was in college, and I went to Subway, and it was the first time I'd ever heard this joke, but it always stayed with me. And the guy had asked me what I wanted on my roast beef sandwich. And I don't know what it was, but that was the weird thing I needed to hear that helped snap me out of my sad place. And we don't know all the ways that we can make a difference and be a part of each other's memories for the long term. So that now, that person is still a part of my memories. That soul is still a part of my soul, even now in my life, years later. And so we do impact each other, and we can impact each other in sparkling ways, in beautiful ways that bring out the best, you know? So that's my final message. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the experience with me. I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.